Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to discuss this chart with you as a way to promote and preview the overall theme of this highly requested video. But just one quick word. I'm wearing these sunglasses because even though I don't think that I'm cool, unless I'm literally cool outside because the temperature is, well, not the summer, I get called cool all the time because, as usual, into the AM. Look at this thing. It's so cool. Even when I space out, literally. Into the AM is sponsoring another video in which, well, let's just say it's a great time to order t-shirts with back to school or shorts or just anything. We've had so many subscribers who've actually ordered and then said that not only do they love what they ordered, but they're going to order again. And the best part is it's really cheap. Like, really, really inexpensive. Cheaper than most retail clothing, and with my channel, you get a discount. So, just another big promotion opportunity to help get my subscribers some cool swag and at the same time help the channel. It's a win-win. Check out the link below in the comments and probably in the description as well. In the meantime, though, we have a big question as the Summer of Pain is wrapping up, at least maybe not the actual full Summer of Pain. We've got the finale, right? But the rewards are coming to us in a couple days. And so, in honor of that question, we have been asked so many times on this channel, Prof, who should I go for? So, obviously, it's going to depend on, in large part, for you throne breakers, who you already have, who your best 6-star champs are, who your needs are, who your wants are. But I'm going to say this at the top of this before we get to anything else. Nothing is worth it if you think you should do it, but you're not sure about it. I know a lot of people that have ranked up Ghost because that's what people say they should do. They don't like using Ghost. They don't use Ghost. She looks pretty as a 565 5-star or a rank 2 or rank 3 6-star, but if you don't use her, it's a waste of a rank up. I know people who prefer to use, say, Spidey Gwen a lot more than Ghost or Quake. Same with sticking with the science class like She-Hulk, Fiona Shrek herself. I know my man, Sweeta, who probably uses Satan herself, Kamala Khan, more than Ghost. So all I'm saying is, I'm going to give you some general advice. Screw my advice if you prefer somebody that doesn't make the list over somebody that does. It's your account. It's supposed to be a game for fun. Nothing is going to make you happy if you rank up somebody because you're supposed to, when in reality it's who you enjoy playing with. I featured some Tigra gameplay at the end of last week that was some of the most incredible fighting I've ever seen. I would never tell somebody without knowing their skills to take up Tigra at rank 5 or rank 2 or rank 3 as a 6-star, and yet it made me think, man, you're playing Tigra better than I play with, say, Omega Red. So, huge shout out to Mr. Srizzo 00, who put this together based off of the great Seaton's latest July 2nd tier list. And when I say great Seaton, I mean it. No sarcasm whatsoever. I think he is truly great at what he does. So great, in fact, that he once inspired me to start this YouTube channel, among others. And I am always thankful for him and for just how good he is at producing YouTube videos and just being a good dude in general. I only got to privilege of meeting him once a couple years ago, but it was a highlight of the trip. All right, back to the general idea at hand. So Srizzo took Seaton's information, crunched it, and then put it in bar graphs. We will actually show the Marvel Contest of Champions game itself here in a minute. But you can see that the reason why so many people think the tech class is the worst is because so many tech champions fall in this like middle tier where they're not the worst of the worst, but they're also not great. Compare that to God tier, which it looks like skills got more than any, but then the almost second string, let's go back here, you've got skill again, but then the top, right, the beyond God tier, it's so clear. What color is it? It's yellow. It's mutant. Why? Well, let's move on and discuss that now. Would you like that transition? I'm telling you, Campus PD could not have come up with a better segue, and hopefully somebody gets that joke. So, for the sake of argument, in this, of course, we're only discussing 6-star champs, which excludes some amazing 5-stars, like, say, Scarlet Witch Classic, Blade. I would say Stark Spidey, but Stark Spidey is now technically on a few rosters. But we've got so many others that are almost excluded. Technically, Medusa is in the game as a 6-star, but not easily. All right, so we're going to start with this class, the science class. Now, I would only go for the science class if you feel like your best champion needs to be Awakened Red Guardian, or Human Torch, Awakened or Unawakened, or Captain America Infinity War, maybe Void, but both of those champions need to be Awakened, and my Void's Awakened, but still at a very low sig 20, in fact. Immortal Abomination and Spider-Ham are also huge reasons to go for this, as well as Thing. I have said a lot of really good 5-stars. Heck, Immortal Hulk, some of you have told me, is your favorite science champ. But this is one of those classes that I feel like is kind of a niche class, where you're going to mainly go for this in your Summer of Pain rewards if there's somebody either on your roster that you want to awaken, like Beardo there, or just your favorite champion that's being used. But there are a lot of trash champions, right? I've seen so many class-based science crystals produce Sentry, OG Spidey, and Yellow Jacket. Or MODOK, Electro, and regular Abomination. Or Joe can't even fix his own tie, and then say Captain America, World War II, and OG Hulk. There are just a lot of middle-tier champs that you're going to think to yourself, man, that was a mistake. So 1 out of 10, 10 being you've got to purchase it, 1 being why the heck would you make that mistake? I'm going to give the science class like a 6. I think that's fair. So this skill class is another niche class in terms of the top of its class. Aegon and Nick Fury. If I'm somebody who has Aegon and Nick Fury and neither are awakened, I'm going to go for this, chances are. Because Nick Fury just needs to be Sig 1, and Aegon, hopefully you've been saving 6 stones for. But my Aegon Sig 200, I don't have a Nick Fury. I'd love a Nick Fury. I would absolutely use my 6-star generic Awakening gem that I purchased on July 4th weekend on Nick Fury. But if I'm hunting one specific champ and one specific champ only, I'm not going to get him most likely. I'm going to get the Black Panther Civil War Winter Soldier Moon Knight combo, the OG Daredevil, Hawkeye, Vegan Thor combo. And I actually think overall, if I'm picking a class, and yes, I love champs like Hitmonkey and Squirrel Girl and Elsa Bloodstone and Thaz, what up? Even somebody like Crossbones, right? But Masakre, Gwenpool, Moleman. But kind of like the science class, I just think if I'm not trying to awaken, or I don't have a way to awaken Aegon and Nick Fury, I'm probably going to pass. There are so many good misses in this class. Killmonger, Falcon, right? And Falcon, I think, is better than Killmonger. Let me say that after the buff. But I just think the skill class is the same as the science class. It might be with a little bit maybe better. We'll say like a 6.5 out of 10 instead of a 6 out of 10. But let's compare that to the mutant class. First off, Apocalypse is a cheat code. He makes any mutant better as a horseman or horsewoman. And if you're somebody like Domino that's already insane, my favorite new trio to take into questing is Domino, Apocalypse, and Cable, believe it or not. I make Domino a horsewoman, and then Cable is just fun. Sometimes I'll make Cable a horseman. And sometimes I'll do neither and just keep Apocalypse going and ramping him up. Either way, mutants, there are a lot more misses. I'm trying to think of the bottom of the class, not just the middle and the top. Because let's say you pull an OG Storm. Well, you can make her really good as a horsewoman. Even one of the 2 Cyclops can be great. But then you've got champs I'd love to get, like Archangel or Colossus. The other mags, white mags. Omega Red, you all know, is still my most highly sought after 6-star in the game. I've been ready to take him to Sig 200 after awakening him now for a year. Almost a year, I guess, technically, since Cyber Weekend. I wish I could use Wolverine Weapon X too, but I am not a legend. At least not in that way. Professor X, 2-shot. There's just too many mutants to name. I think it is a 12 out of 10 class overall. You could still get trash, right? You could still get both Cyclops and Deadpool X-Force for Nightcrawler or Old Balls. But they're just, I would say 80% of them are at least fine. So I think most people should choose mutant, and that goes for the Tier 5 class Catalyst as well. All right, we're moving on to this class. We're going to try to go a little bit faster now since we're already at the 9:40 mark. Corvus, if you don't have him, great. Captain Marvel movie, amazing. I love Terrax, love Venom. Silver Surfer for Prestige, a lot of people will say, but I don't rank him. I don't rank people up for Prestige. Venom the Duck, Angela, But I also think this class, you got Cosmic Ghost Rider. Hercules is not in it yet. Medusa's not in it at all. If once Hercules gets in it, this class will go up in value. But right now, you got to wait for him, right? He's not even in, the featured? So I'm going to give this class, I know it sounds like I'm being lazy, but I'm actually going to give it like a 5.5 out of 10. That might be a little bit harsh, but that's just my objectively ranking system. And by the way, this guy, honorable mention. I've had so many of you tell me he's your favorite Cosmic Champ, and I promised you that I would bring that up, and so I have. The tech class is so top-heavy. You've got Guillotine 2099, Warlock, and Ghost, as you can see. I use Hulkbuster a lot for the event quest, even though I have Fishbowl, Mysterio Awakened, Darkhawk Awakened, Guardian, Punisher 2099, Iron Man, Infinity War, all those champs. I don't use any of them. I use Ultron more. Ultron is more fun. Howard the Suck No More is good, but I really don't use him, even though I have a 565 5-star. Stark Spy, I don't use him anymore. So, this class, I gotta say, outside of the top 3 or 4, I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 10. But if Ghost is your favorite champ, if Warlock is your favorite champ, it's sort of like the Nick Fury Aegon discussion. It might be worth it to go for it. But personally, it's just outside of those, no. This class, very similar. Doctor Doom and Black Widow Clairvoyant, easily the best 2 mystics. Now, Diablo, to me, is number 3 because I run Suicides and I love his poison and his regeneration. Some of you might say Dragon Man or Sorcerer Supreme or Symbiote Supreme or Sasquatch deserves that spot. Maybe even Longshot. We have a lot of Longshot fans out there. But this class is also a 4 to 4.5 out of 10 overall. Shout out to Tiger, too, for... like I said, some people. Morningstar. There are some fine misses. You've got Mephisto. I don't know too much about Mangog, but some of you really like Mangog. But I just think in most class case, you're going for either the best of the best or you're going to get a lot of middle tier or bottom tier misses. Whereas the mutant class just has so much more to offer. And that's not to say you won't get the double Cyclops. I've seen people who've triple duped their Gambit and gotten 2 Cyclops in a class-based Nexus. That's a miss. But I've also seen a lot of people do Cyclops Apocalypse. Or, Bishop is really good, especially as a horseman. So, really, also what I'm saying is, if you don't have Apocalypse, the Mutant Crystal is a great opportunity to try to get him. Because once you do, he opens so many doors for so many other champs. Speaking of opening doors, I should probably close this one and go open some more doors in my closet and put in some more of my sponsored clothing. Because let me tell you, again, to end this, best decision I've ever made. My YouTube channel could be gone tomorrow, and I'll still be supporting this company for the rest of my life. Because when you wear clothing that looks good, feels good, and people actually notice, why would you go back? Thanks so much for watching, YouTube. Overall, I think, skill, if you want to go for Awakening, especially if you got a Nick Fury and Aegon, great. Mystic, same if you don't have Doctor Doom or Black Widow Clairvoyant, but the Mutant class, head and shoulders above the rest. And I think the data, as Srizzo so eloquently pointed out, thanks to the great Seaton himself, is clear. Mutant is the best class, and hopefully you'll find at least one champion out of the 3, if you're opening up that Nexus this week, that, makes you happy and makes you thankful that you actually put up with the Summer of Pain's first couple of months.